kiss them and now cut your ex out.
Hello beauties, welcome back to my channel. Today we are doing color boho braids, and that has been one thing that is so hard for me to find is good colored hair. I was sent this hair from Ygwigs. I got a color 4, a color 30, and a color 27. These bundles are double drawn, so as you can see to the left hand side, they are full. I also wanted to show you guys how these bundles looked outside in the sunlight, and this is the color 4, which is a dark chocolate brown, and then I have the color 30, which is a nice reddish brown, and then the color 27. This one I truly really liked. The color is just so beautiful in the sunlight. In this video, we're going to cover what hair I used, how I blended the colors, the installment process, and also how to maintain this hair. What I did to blend the colors is I took all 3 colors and I laid them on top of each other. I tried not to take the whole bundle and do this. I tried to do section at a time. So when I laid them on top of each other, I just start pulling to where I'm grabbing at least 2 colors at a time. And then sometimes I can get 3 colors at a time. And sometimes it'll just come out as just one solid color, which that is fine. I can show you guys how that looks when you start to put it on your braiding rack. So I would suggest that you just take 1/8 of each bundle and stack them together. Make sure that they align at the top and start to pull off. In this clip, I'm showing you guys how I put it onto my braiding rack. So even if I'm grabbing a solid piece, I try to separate the colors onto my braiding rack. So if I'm grabbing the same color at a time, I try to put it a peg over or 2 pegs over, therefore I can put another color within that space. Doing this is going to help when you're braiding and you're pulling your hair off the braiding rack, so you're making sure that you're not getting the same color every time. I like to prep out my whole braiding rack before I even get started. It just saves time for me when it comes to doing my client's hair. I always start my braids off with knotless unless my client requests it to be box braid. The braiding hair that I'm using for this style is a 4-30-27 blend, and I just love that the pack comes already blended and it matches my human hair perfectly. Normally when it comes to the back of the head, I'm putting in all my braids first and then I go back through and then put my curls in, but since I'm doing this video, I'm going to show you how I do one full braid. I've already put 3 strands of braiding hair just to build up my braid, and that was my first human hair curl. So when I'm putting my human hair in, I want to make sure that I am leaving at least 3 inches for me to still braid down with that human hair strand, just to keep it secure when you're brushing your hair out. You don't want that just falling out of your braid. And once I braid in the human hair strand, I braid it about 2 times and I leave it out. I pin it up so it's out of the way and I can continue to braid down. That is my second strand of human hair that I'm adding to my braid. Normally with this style, I want to do more curls than there is braids. So at least each braid I want to have from 2 to 8 curls. And that's just really going to give you that boho look, that really full human hair curl look. The more curls you add, the fuller it's going to be and the less you'll see the braid. For this style, I end up using 1 pack of braiding hair and 2 bundles of the human hair all together. I put in my 3rd strand of human hair, and I'm just making sure with each human hair that I'm putting in that I'm trying to put in a different color. That's just going to help with the blend of the colors, the blend of the braids. This is my medium-sized boho braid. So in the front, there's 6 rows on each side. And in the back, there's 3 rows underneath the ear and 5 rows above the ear. So in the back, there's 8 rows total. In the front, there's 6 rows total. This is my last curl that I'm putting into the braid. I like to add a little braid gel as I start to braid down towards the end. Therefore, it helps grip everything in. And I'm about to add my last curl for the bottom. And I actually add 2 curls to the bottom just to help weigh down the braid for when I'm finishing. And so that's my second curl that I'm adding to my bottom curl. And I'm just going to continue to braid down until the ends of those human hair is completely braided into my braid. Once I do that, I'm going to take a little piece from my bottom and I'm going to twirl that around my braid a couple times, and then I'm going to create about 2 to 3 knots at the bottom. I want to really secure my braid, and this is the way I do it without doing glue or trying to burn the ends. So now I take my tiny crochet hook and I stick it through the knot that I have created. and I throw that little piece of human hair around and I put it onto my hook and I just pull it through my braid. And I want to do that about 2 to 3 times just to make sure that this braid is really secure. For me, this has been the method that works best for me with braids and for my micro locks that I have for myself when I'm attaching my extensions. So this is me just showing you one more time how I tie off the bottom, just because I felt like the last clip was a little cut off. So I twirled it around a couple times, tied a knot, grabbed my crochet hook, and pulled that little strand through the knot that I have created, and that really keeps a solid hold onto the end curls of your braids. Therefore, you can brush it out. Don't have to worry about you losing a lot of curls. This is a time lapse of me just finishing off the rest of the curls for the back and me putting in my braids. I just really love this bouquet. I love how full it is from the root to the tip. It really makes it easy for me to get a full look without doing too much. Also, for human hair, I feel like the price and the quality is really good, especially if you compare it to going to a hair store. You can get away with getting 2 bundles of this hair and really having a full look. Like, look how beautiful this came out and how full the curls are. When I did the front, I made sure that I started my human hair braid off with a curl, and that just really gives you a full look from the root. Boho braids with human hair has really been a game changer. I really prefer this over synthetic hair. I do feel like there is still a lot of maintenance that goes into this, but also making sure that you pick the right hair to begin with is the first step. And for me, colored hair is really hard to find good colored hair. And as I'm spraying this hair down, I was feeling how soft the hair got when I wet it. This is something that you would do for maintenance, so I would suggest that you do this once or twice a week. You would spray your braids down with a water bottle, or even if you get in the shower just to wet it down. I wouldn't suggest like wetting your scalp and stuff just because your hairstyle is going to get older faster, but really spraying it down with a water bottle helps. I like the Lotta Body Mousse, so after I spray the braids down, I apply the Lotta Body Mousse, and this hair was literally feeling like butter. It's crazy how soft this hair was. After I apply the mousse, I'm just going to get a brush that has the balls at the end, like a really good detangling brush, and I'm going to go through the bottom part and really define the curls at the bottom. As the style gets older, you definitely want to move more up and brush the curls out throughout the braid, because you don't want to miss that or it will tangle on you. So it's very important to brush out and keep your curls detangled, keep your curls moisturized, not too dry, because you do not want to run into tangles. And the way you will brush out your curls throughout the braid is you'll pull the curls out from the braid and then brush them. I make sure that I always detangle the hair while it is wet. I don't really like to brush hair while it's dry. I feel like it just doesn't really do anything for me, and when it's wet, it's easier for my brush to go through and really define the curls as I'm brushing it. Every night, make sure that you guys put your hair in 2 loose twisties, so split your hair down the middle and just put 2 loose twisties on each side, and then just tuck your twisties into your bonnet. That's really going to keep your curls from moving around while you're asleep, and when you wake up in the morning time, you can unravel your twisties and finger detangle your curls. I definitely recommend YG's bundles. Look how juicy these curls are. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.